All right, I've finally made it to Taipei, Taiwan, and really happy to be here. I'm staying in Ximending, which is just north of here, and this is Huaxi Night Market. So I just thought I'd come down here, explore the vibe, really liking it, really fun nightlife atmosphere. And yeah, I'm gonna go get eating, so come join me. So first up we have Bing, which is like a pepper kind of pie, cooked in a tandoor. Looks just like a bread roll, but has some magic inside. So it's beef, really juicy beef with onion and a 5-spice flavor. And then on the bottom there's some pickled veg, and that is just divine. If you think about it, it's kind of like a dumpling, except the bread on the outside is more like a Western kind of bun bread. And they cook it in the tandoor, so they cook it at a really high temperature. They just whack it in there. It's running all over my hands. That's how juicy it is. And yeah, they cook it at a really high temperature for a very short time, and it just comes out like that. Absolutely delicious. All right, let's move on. Ni hao. One deep fried.
Okay.
Stinky tofu.
Yeah.
How much?
30.
30.
You want spice?
Yes, please. Sure. All right, so second dish is this deep fried stinky tofu. It comes with like a cabbage relish on the top, and I smell a big hit of garlic. And there's also maybe a sweet chili going on there. So it's non-traditional. Normally you just get it as is. It's got a bit of difference in there, and you can see it's kind of split down the middle. Just holds all of that goodness in there. So for me, when the stinky tofu is deep fried, you can certainly smell it, but the flavor is not so strong. And the flavor is actually really delicious of the stinky tofu, if you can get your head around it, of course. And this pairs well with the relish, like the cabbage relish, which is really cool. So you got the hot stinky tofu with like a sweet chili sauce and strong garlic flavor. Actually really nice. Actually really spicy as well. So there's some kind of chili going on there. Not sweet chili, like there is some sweet chili, but that is a little bit of fire as well. So that is actually really quite delicious. Who'd have thought stinky tofu was divine? Now I'm gonna get this in a soup variety, I think. If not, I'll just edit that bit out. And the soup variety is a lot more pungent, so that'll test me, but we'll compare it. Ni hao, duck blood and stinky tofu. Yeah, one. So here I went for the stinky tofu, but I got the combination. So it's got braised egg, it's got a mushroom and pork meatball. What else? It's got some pork, it's got enoki, shiitake mushroom, cabbage, it's got some intestine as well, and then stinky tofu hidden in there somewhere. And of course, duck blood as well. So a lot going on. And I'm gonna start just with the broth. So that's a real dark, rich broth, complex flavor. Really delicious. And Tastes like it's got some braised meats going on there for a long time. And there's a bit of funk in it as well. So the flavor for me is really interesting, complex, and delicious. All right, let's start with some duck blood. Do you guys eat duck blood? Really nice, sweet and rich flavored blood. Much sweeter and more delicious than pork blood. So for me, duck blood is the ultimate blood if you're gonna eat blood. Or just don't eat blood, up to you. Intestine, would you eat that? Once again, really sweet. There's a real sweetness about that. That's actually, I was expecting to pretend to enjoy it, but that's genuinely delicious. How about that delicious intestine? All right, what have we got here? We've got some tofu skin here. I'm trying to find the stinky tofu. Aha, here is the stinky tofu. So if you're a beginner in Taiwan, I definitely recommend the deep fried tofu like I had before. This stuff, you get the full flavor. So the stink that you smell is the stink that you taste. But I had this first time when I was in Taiwan 2019 and it was a bit too much for me, but I'm coming around to that. Maybe it's nicer here or maybe I can just handle it. That's interesting. Once again, I was expecting not to enjoy it and I'm very much enjoying that. So a lady at the restaurant saw me eating this and doing the vlog and she recommended this sour plum juice and she bought it for me. Thank you very much. So she is from Taichung, so a city about halfway down Taiwan, and that's where I'm going to be in a couple of days. So sour plum apparently pairs really well with the spicy food, so let's try. Yeah, it's almost got a tobacco flavor or something. So a complex flavor, and then you can taste the sour of the plum. Really interesting flavor, and like I said, tobacco flavor. Who'd have thunk it, hey? Amazing. Thank you so much. Share. And finally for dessert, Chelun Bing or wheel cake. And I went for the custard center. So that is sweet. The pastry is sweet but not overly sweet. And the custard is soft and creamy and milky. A nice creamy treat to finish a delicious food tour of these markets. So what a feast at Huaxi Night Market. And probably the choice of all of those dishes was that soup with the stinky tofu and the duck blood. I was surprised how good the duck blood was. Really happy I explored that because I had that last time I was in Taiwan and I really didn't enjoy it and I was expecting to be challenged. I just loved it. And that lovely lady who bought me the drink as well that tastes like tobacco, how about that? Also the deep fried stinky tofu, really divine. Sounds stinky and disgusting but really easy to eat. So if you come here, definitely try the deep fried stuff if you don't want to challenge yourself for that kind of funky soup. What else? There was the pepper bun that was cooked in the tandoor. That they cook it at such a high temperature and it had a really nice kind of juicy melt in your mouth flavor with the bread as well. Like a real kind of Western sentiment. You know, you could get around that with your Western palate, I think. Yeah, and then finished it off with the little wheel cake. So delicious food, really delicious food. Happy with everything I ate. And really happy to explore this city a little bit more. So I'll see you soon.
or not?